And flying solo today for our flow class. We have that video set up too. So I'm good to start. Yay! Alright, my name's Amelia, if you don't know me. I'm here to do a little bit of yoga. I'm going to kind of do some stretches that kind of go in combination with the boot camp class, the awesome boot camp class that Julie just taught. So we'll try and stretch those legs a little bit, our hips a little bit. And I see some of you typing. I always like to see what people are saying. Carlos, yay! Oh, Jody, everybody. That's awesome. Yeah, so super excited. We have a mic. We noticed last week a lot of the classes was a little quiet, so we got a mic, so hopefully you guys will be able to hear me better. We have a lot of classes this week. I will be back on Wednesday doing another flow class at noon. And then it's kind of cool, on Thursday morning at 10:30, Katie Wolf and I will be doing a 20-20-20 class. So a lot of you have asked me to do a kickboxing class. So I'm going to be doing 20 minutes of kickboxing. She will do 20 minutes of boot camp, and then we will do 20 minutes of yoga. So make sure you're here, otherwise I'm not going to do it again. No, I'm kidding, I won't do it again. So, but yeah, it should be pretty fun. And let's see, make sure you just keep doing your classes, keep staying healthy, and most of all, just try to keep your mind and your thoughts super positive. And that's pretty much all we can do in times like this. And like I've said before, I'm really grateful and blessed to be here and have people with technology. I do not own anything but a phone. Most of you know I don't own a computer. So if it wasn't for 103 and the awesome new owners that we have, I wouldn't be able to be here and do these classes for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, I don't know what it is I'm going to be doing today, but I'm going to try and keep the stretches, like I said, in combination and stretch out our hips and glutes and legs a little bit because Julie just killed us in a boot camp. So let's go ahead and get started and start in a nice child's pose today. I keep trying to remember what I've done in the classes before so I can do different things. So we'll see how it goes. So since I'm by myself, I hope I'm not like breathing heavy into the mic and all you hear is So separate the knees to the width of the mat, bring the big toes to touch, and then go ahead and just extending forward, arms come out in front of you, let your forehead just rest into the mat. And if this is not comfortable for your arms, you can always wrap your arms around the sides of your body, your palms face up. If child's pose is not available for you today, and maybe it's the knees, then go ahead and just stay in a nice upright seated position. So you can say Indian style, rock pose on the knees, sitting on the heels, whatever is comfortable for you. And go ahead and just close your eyes. Try to get the hips back to the heels. And we'll just start connecting to the breath. Deep inhale through the nose. Through the nose, exhale. And deep inhale. And you feel the lungs, maybe the rib cage expands out and grazes the inside of those thighs. And then exhale completely, letting the hips sink further back towards the heels. And keep this breath going in and out through the nose. If you want to make this a little bit more active, you can continue to walk the hands forward. I like to lift my heels of the palm off of the floor, just the fingertips touching, really straighten the arms. And then really lengthen the belly button and the glutes back towards the heels. And continuing with your deep breaths, inhale and exhale through the nose. And wherever you're at, let's meet up together for a nice big inhale. Really stretch the arms forward, hold the breath in. And then open the mouth, exhale, just sigh it out, let it go. I feel like I can hear all of you sighing. And then just start to gently roll that forehead side to side, just massaging that third eye. This feels good, right? It leaves a little tension, a little stress in that forehead. Waking up your intuition. And then stopping in the center, take one more big breath. Inhale through the nose. Maybe stretch the arms a little bit more, lift the elbows off and release off the floor, hold it there. And then exhale, let it go. Open the mouth, side out. Go ahead and slowly bring yourself up to a nice tabletop position. Julie did a lot of biceps, so let's go ahead and turn our hands the opposite direction in our tabletop position. So, this already hurts me. Good. Your middle fingers are going to be facing towards your knees. Good. A nice straight spine. We'll do some cat-cow here. Inhale, look up to the ceiling, arch that back. Exhale, round the back, push to the floor, draw the navel in, empty the lungs, chin to the chest. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. You're imitating the spine of a cow. And exhale and round. You're imitating the spine of an angry Halloween cat. A few more like this. Inhale. Really keep those arms straight. Exhale. Really press those palms into the floor, stretching out those forearms, the inside of that arm. Two more. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Draw the navel in, empty the lungs, engage that core. And release. Come to a neutral position. Flip your hands the opposite direction. And then go ahead and extend your right leg back, lift it up parallel to the floor. So keep the hips square, toes are flexed down. And then go ahead and take that right foot over to the left. Stay on the ball of that right foot. And then keep taking your right hip towards the right as you twist the upper body and the head and try to look back towards that right foot. And just feel a nice stretch on that right side of the body. Breathe here. And bring the head back center, bring that leg back, and then lower it down. Good. Go ahead and extend that right leg back, or left leg back, sorry, and lift the leg up parallel. I'm probably going to have right-left issues today because I have nobody to help keep me on track. And then go ahead and take that left foot over to the right. And then go ahead and stretch through that left side, press the left hip towards the left, and then turn the upper body and head and try to look back towards that left foot. Again, staying on the ball of the left foot, engage that left leg, engage your core, and just feel that beautiful stretch on the left side of the body. I feel like this mic is pretty awesome. Can you guys give me a little thumbs up if you hear me okay? Thumbs up that I can't see. Couple more breaths here, feel that stretch. And release. Bring the head back center. Bring that left leg back up parallel, and then lower it down. Go ahead and tuck your toes under. Lift the hips up. Press back into a downward dog. So check in your downward dog. Make sure the hands are shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide. A little bit more weight into the pads of the pointer fingers and the thumbs. Take your biceps, roll them in and forward. The triceps rotate back. And then glance back at your feet. Make sure the feet are inner hip width apart. And then go ahead and walk your dog. Bend one knee and then the other knee. As you bend one knee, really press that opposite heel to the floor, getting that pretty awesome calf stretch. The abs are always engaged. And then inhale, rise up as tall as you can on the balls of the feet. Put a little bend in the knees. Now take your pelvis, tilt it a little bit higher up towards the ceiling. Draw your chest and stomach closer towards your thighs. Keep that right there. And on your next exhale, lower the heels back down. Maybe your gaze goes towards your knees, your thighs, maybe your belly button. And take a few breaths here. Downward dog is supposed to be a resting posture. The first time I had a teacher tell me that, I looked up and said, what? So try to find nice calm breath and just stay in it and breathe. And then go ahead, rise up on the balls of the feet, look forward towards the hands, walk, tiptoe, jump, float the feet up to the hands. Go ahead and keep the feet hip width apart, put a little bend in the knees, and just ragdoll. This should feel good, especially if you did boot camp right before. Let the head hang down, no tension in the neck, and you can sway side to side. Whatever feels good. It's more about lengthening the spine over the legs rather than the hamstrings right now. Again, finding your breath. And release your elbows, hands go to the floor. Toe heel your feet together to touch. Bring your big toes to touch. Your heels can stay a little bit separated if that's more comfortable for you. And then inhale, extend to a nice flat back. Let's hold this here for a second. So you should be able to lift all 10 toes up and heels up. Feel the weight in the balls of the feet. The fingertips touch the floor beside the feet, or maybe they slide up the shins. If you feel this in your hamstrings or your low back, you can keep a slight little bend in the knees. Again, the head, the chin's not craned forward, it's not tucked in. It's nice and elongated, remembering that your neck is part of your spine. Then take an inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, flat back. Draw the navel in, shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Keep a little bend in the knees. Keep the chin tucked to the chest. And slower than you want to, begin to roll up. Stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Keep drawing the navel in. Chin comes up last. And then take those shoulders, roll up towards your ears. Let the shoulder blades melt down the back. Let the hand palms face forward. Taking a moment here in Tadasana, your mountain pose. Feel your feet rooted evenly to the earth. Maybe lift all 10 toes, shift the weight back a little in the heels, but then all 4 sides rooted down. Legs are engaged. Chest open, heart open. And you can close your eyes for a second if you choose. Just go with it. Be aware of your breath. Maybe setting an intention for your practice today. Maybe just sending some beautiful, bright, healing light and love out to all of those in you. Bring your hands into prayer at your heart center. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Release your arms to the side, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over, forward fold. Inhale, extend flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, arms reach out and up. This time, exhale, scarecrow the arms, press the hips forward, open that heart and chest up to the ceiling. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive over, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands shoulder width apart, step back to a high plank. Hold this here. Feel your core engaged. Inhale, lift the right leg up straight. Exhale, touch the right knee to the right tricep. Inhale, right leg back in the air. Exhale, lower down. Stay in your plank position. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bring the knee into the nose, whatever you can get. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. And then on the exhale, extend it back to a 3-legged dog. Bend the knee and stack the hips open. This is one of my favorite things to do. So really keep lifting that right knee up towards that ceiling. And just let that right heel draw closer down toward your glutes. Keep trying to press that left heel into the floor. And you can rotate that right ankle, little circles, little directions if you choose. And then extend the leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Lower it down halfway, flex your foot. And take an inhale on the exhale. Step that right foot all the way forward between the hands. Find that nice low lunge here. Engage your core. Shift forward in the ball of the back foot. And then just start to float those fingertips off of the floor a little bit. So really feel that right quad engage. Make sure you can lift all 5 toes off the floor. Feel your inner thighs drawing towards each other. Feel that back leg engaged and it's nice and straight. Holding this here. Body's at a nice angle. And then go ahead and inhale, sweep the arms up to your crescent lunge. And then lower the back knee. Inhale, stretch up. And then exhale, let's just open our arms out to the side and get a nice gentle hip stretch on the left front side of that body. If there's a different arm variation that feels good for you, go for it. You can interlace behind the back. You can simply bring the hands to the top of the thigh. And breathe. Connect to that breath. Be aware of your right knee. Make sure it's in line with that ankle and that heel. It's not going beyond the toes. If it is going beyond the toes, you need a lower stance. And then if you choose, you can maybe bring the right fingertips aside, bend that left leg up, reach around, grab that foot, and then a nice gentle stretch. If you want to extend that right arm up when you're looking over, go for it. Keep lifting up. Drawing that heel towards that glute. Hold it here and breathe. And release. Hands go down. Step back to your high plank. On or off the knees, lower down, chaturanga. Move the elbows into the side. Inhale, come to a nice big upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. So one thing I've noticed in a lot of classes, people's chaturangas are sometimes not the correct, not the best form. So one thing I like to do, if you have a block or something about the size of a block, is placing the block on your mat in between your hands in your high plank. So you can try this. So when you lower down to your chaturanga, you want to keep the back of the arm parallel and even with your back. So when you lower down using a block, you can just lower down gently, tap the block. If you see my upper back and arms are level, and then press back up. That's as far as you need to come down, right? So if you're working on building strength, you can always lower your knees. Even if you bend the elbows 1 inch or 2 inch, or you come all the way down, you're still building strength rather than just collapsing to the floor each time. So you're always welcome to try. So let's try a high plank position. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale without tipping the block over. Press up into your upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. It's a really good tool to learn where you need to be on your chaturanga. So even when you start jumping back and landing in a chaturanga, you want to make sure that you're not going down too far. Inhale out to a high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Back up to a high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Maybe back to a chaturanga. High plank. And downward dog. So whether you use the block or not, you can keep it there if you choose, or move it to the side. And just take a few breaths here in your downward dog. Look forward toward your hands. Walk, jump, flip the feet up. Toes and heels touch. Inhale, extend flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, arms reach up. Exhale, scarecrow those arms, press the hips forward, open your chest. Really hard to talk in the back bend. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, swan dive over, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. If you're ready to jump back, you land in a chaturanga with a really good form. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Beautiful, just breathe here. Inhale out to a high plank. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, cross the left knee to touch the right elbow. Inhale, leg back in the air. Exhale, lower down. Make sure you're in a plank, not a downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, cross it to the left elbow. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring the knee into the nose, hold it there. And then extend it back to your three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips open. And feel this beautiful stretch here in that left or in your right leg. Keep engaging your core. Keep lifting the knee. Drawing that left heel closer towards your glutes. If you did so on the other side, you can rotate little circles. And then extend that left leg up. Lower it down halfway, flex your toes. Spur your hips to the floor. Inhale on the exhale. Step that left foot forward between the hands. Find that nice long lunge position. Shifting forward in the ball of the right foot. I just noticed one of my gel caps on my toenails fell off. Super sad about that. There's nowhere to go to get it done. Engage your core. I'm sure you're all very glad that you know that. And then just float those fingertips off of the floor, bringing the body parallel. Good. Keep the neck nice and long. So again, it's not tucked, it's not way up, it's long. Make sure you can lift all 5 toes of the front foot off the floor. The inner thighs are engaged, that back leg is engaged, shifting forward. Suck the stomach in. Make sure you're not resting on that left thigh. And then inhale, arms come up to your crescent lunge. And then go ahead and lower that back knee. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then exhale. Whatever you want to do on this side, go for it. It's hard, really hard to do everything. I mean, my partner, Katie. Keep pressing the hips. Whatever arm variation you did on the other side, go for it. Again, check out the front knee. Make sure you have correct form. You don't want to hurt the knees. And a lot of times I'll give people alignment corrections and they're like, well, that doesn't hurt me. It won't necessarily hurt right when you're doing it. But if you have incorrect form over an extended period of time, you will start to feel it over time. So do your best to always be aware of alignment, right? It's not about how the posture looks. You always have to be patient with yourself and do what you can do with the best form that you can do using your breath and never harming yourself. From here, if you want, you can bring the left fingertip to the side of that foot, bend that right leg up, reach around with that right hand, grab that foot, and then just draw that heel closer to your glutes. I said toaster.
Oh, still live. Okay, bringing her back. We overheated the phone. We had to put it in the fridge. It's still live.
It's still live?
You were in the fridge for a while. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Are you guys still there?
Yeah,
Are you still there?
they're coming back. Give them just a little bit.
Hi. Sorry. So we left off with the left leg forward. Are you still watching? Awesome. Sorry about that. This has all been such a learning process for all of us, trying to figure out how long we can record for, and we recorded the class before, can we still record this one? So yeah, using different phones and different cameras. So we left off with the left leg forward, the right leg back, bending that right leg up, grabbing that heel, and then if you choose, releasing that left arm up, and keep just drawing that heel towards the root. Maybe connecting your pointer finger and your thumb, holding this here. And release. Hands go down, step back to your high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. If you choose, you can go back to a chaturanga, back to a high plank, and then everybody meets in a downward dog. So just know those are always options, right? So you can always add more chaturangas in. You can always take the chaturangas out. I have a little injury in my shoulder, so sometimes I don't do any chaturangas for any of the class. So Again, listening to your body and doing what's best for you. Take a big inhale and completely exhale. Look forward towards your hands. Walk, jump, float the feet up. Inhale, extend flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend deep into the knees and then sweep those arms up into your Utkatasana chair pose. So holding this here, make sure you can look down. If you cannot see your toes, your big toes, you gotta shift the weight further back in the heels. Make sure you can lift all 10 toes off the floor, shift the weight back, then gently place them back down. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together, keep squeezing the knees together. If you choose, maybe connecting the hand palms over your head, gazing up towards them. Engage your core, close that rib cage. Inhale, exhale, sit down lower. Inhale, exhale, sit down lower. Inhale, exhale, hands through your heart center and forward fold. Inhale, extend flat back. And exhale, moving through your vinyasa. If you're ready to jump back, landing in a chaturanga. Inhale, big breath, upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Drop that left heel. Inhale, arms come up, Virabhadrasana 8. And coming into your warrior 1. The hands can stay separated. Keep drawing that left hip forward, trying to get it in alignment with that right. Abs are in. If you choose, connect the hand palms. Maybe gaze up towards them. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend that knee more. Another inhale. On the exhale, release the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift the chest, stretch up. And then exhale, humble your warrior. So you're just bowing down, right? You're not giving up, you're just surrendering. As that right shoulder touches the top of that right thigh, drop it inside of that knee. Let the head hang down. No tension in the neck. And let the arms and hands come over the head. Feel nice and sturdy in those feet. The feet are nice and grounded. No tension anywhere. Keep the hands bound. Inhale, bring the upper body up. And then shift onto the ball of that back foot. Start to bring that body forward, transitioning into your bound warrior 3. So trying to straighten the right leg, extending the left leg back, stretch the arms back, hold it there. For 3, engage your core. For 2, for 1, start bending into that knee, lower back, release the arms to your crescent lunge. Now you're on the ball of the back foot. And then bring your hands to your heart center, lean forward, and twist. Go ahead and hook your left elbow on the outside of the right knee. If you choose, you can lower that back knee and flatten out that foot if you choose. So whatever works for you. I'm sweaty, the mic's sliding off my ear, my little ears. And then, if your hands are in prayer at your heart center, you're more than welcome to open them 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. If you have a side crow practice, you're more than welcome to bring the hands down. And then maybe opening those legs to a nice split position. Make sure to point your feet. I'm a dancer, you gotta point your feet. And then slowly coming back up into that lunge. And then everybody inhale, come back up to your crescent lunge. Breathe and release. Hands go down, step the right leg back. Maybe keep the leg in the air. If you have switch kicks, chin stands, whatever it is that's good for your practice, you can add that in. And everybody meets a downward dog. Breathe. And then go ahead and step that left foot forward between the hands, drop that right heel. Come into your warrior 1. And hold this here. So be aware of your back foot. Often the back foot is turned out too far, so that hip is never going to come forward. You have to angle the back toes a little bit more forward, and the hip will naturally come forward without forcing it and causing a strain in those muscles, in your glutes that Julie just built in boot camp. Good. If you choose, connect your hand palms together. Close your rib cage. Maybe gaze up towards them. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend that knee a little bit more. Inhale. On the exhale, release the hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers the opposite direction. Try to remember which one thumb you had on top last time. Then inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, humble your warrior. I know I say this, but this is definitely one of my favorite postures. Drop that left shoulder inside of that left knee. Let the head hang down. Anything that's not serving you, let it drop right up that crown and leave it there on your mat. Feel your legs engaged. And breathe. Remembering that sometimes the yoga is not about the postures, it's about the stillness between the postures. It's about staying calm while you're in the postures and finding that breath. Inhale, come all the way back up. Keep the hands bound. Shift forward onto the ball of that back foot. Start to bring the body forward. Press through the ball of that back foot, and then lift up to your bound warrior 3. Try to get the hands off of the glutes. Keep the right foot flexed to the floor, kneecap facing the floor. Stretching back. And then bend that front knee. Step back, release the arms back up to your crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your heart center. Lean forward and go ahead and twist, taking the right elbow on the outside of the knee. Again, notice the back leg. Shift forward in the ball of the foot, engage that leg. If you choose, open the arms, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. If you did a side crow on the other side, go ahead and do that again. Maybe coming into that splits position. And side crows come out. Everybody meet back in that low lunge. And then inhale, arms come out, crescent lunge, engage your core. And release, hands go down. Left leg goes back, hips stay in the air or not. And then go through your vinyasa. And exhale, downward dog. Just breathe here. Take a few breaths. And then look forward towards your hands. Walk, jump, float the feet up, tiptoe. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend deep into those knees and sweep those arms back up to your Utkatasana chair. So really sit low. I know probably some of you are not sitting as low as you would be if you were in class with me. So maybe sit down lower. I saw a bunch of comments come. So sit lower, get low, weight in the heels, engage your core. Then inhale, come up. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers. Ardha half moon. So your toes and heels are touching side by side. Your legs are engaged and straight. Be aware, I know it's kind of hard to see, but be aware of that back. You don't want that big arch in that low back. So when your toes and heels are together, you have to you have to engage the legs, but squeeze the butt, tuck, and draw the navel in at the same time. So it looks like this. So you get a nice, perfectly straight spine. So arms are up, arms are locked. Inhale, stretch up. And then exhale, up, out, and over to your right. So your body is stretching right, the hips are pressing to the left. Feel your feet, right? Always check in to the posture from the foundation up. So the feet are nice and rooted down, weight in the heels. Legs are straight, the quads are engaged. So remember you're bending in a straight line. Without bending the knees, without bending the elbows. I'm definitely out of breath doing this by myself and talking. I'm learning. Just smile, just smile. Smile though your heart is breaking. Lock those arms, squeeze them right up against the head, squeeze the hand palms together, keep checking in. Are you still squeezing your glutes? Is your abs still engaged? Take another breath, inhale, exhale, lengthen, come over and push, push, push. Inhale through center, and exhale to the other side. So again, be aware that you're not just collapsing into the left side. You want to engage everything, eliminate the arch in the low back, And make sure you're getting that nice stretch on the right side. You're making a beautiful half moon shape on the right side of the body. The chin is up away from the chest, the eyes are open. Try to breathe calmly through the nose with the mouth sealed. Keep pulling the abs in. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen, come over and push. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen, come over and push. 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 Inhale, back up. Good. Your arms can stay there, or maybe you release them to your low back. Your fingertips face down. Draw the elbows towards each other. Inhale, lift the chest, drop the head back, and start to press the hips forward. If the arms are up, drop the head back. Inhale, lift the chest and arms up, and try to bring the biceps back to your ears. And then press the hips forward and start to bend backwards. Look down the back wall or wherever it is that you're at. Look down behind you. Good. Keep going back. Look back. Fall back. And release. Come all the way up. Go ahead and bring your hands to your hips, and then nice straight spine, abs in, and forward fold. Release your hands down, and then wiggle it out, right, left, right, left. And then let's go ahead and take our feet 6 inches apart. Put 2 fists between the balls of the feet, get that distance. Good. Paschimottanasana, grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen that spine, engage your core. And exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, lengthening your upper body over your legs. You have to super engage your core. Keep sucking the lower abdomen in, making space for you to lengthen over the front of those legs. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to in order to keep the stomach glued to the thighs. So shoulders, lift them up away from your ears and use your arm strength to pull and lengthen that upper body. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And release. Go ahead and bring the toes and heels together to touch. And then put a little bend in the knees and first wrap the arms around the back of the legs, grab opposite elbows. Really squeeze against your legs, maybe slide those forearms a little bit further down your calves. And then release the elbows and scoop up the heels from behind, stepping on all 5 fingers of each hand. Inhale, and then exhale, begin to pull. Pull up on the heels and lengthen the upper body over. Stomach to thighs, chest to knees, tuck the chin, and bring your forehead to touch your shins. Again, super engage the core. Hollow out that stomach. The weights in the balls of the feet. Keep trying to straighten the legs and contract those quads. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale and pull. And release. Bakasana Crow. Fingers spread wide. So this is another arm balance. Fingers spread wide under the shoulders. Knees underneath the hips. Knees not underneath. So put the knees high up in the back of the arms or triceps. So you're shifting the weight from the lower body to the upper body and just lifting those feet off the floor, bringing the big toes to touch. Maybe you just lift one toe off and then the other toe off. Again, pull the abs in, the chin is out, it's not tucked. You should be looking a little forward, holding it here for 3. Press through the floor for 2. Hold it for 1. If you can, sheep back chaturanga. And then inhale, upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. And breathe here. And then inhale, lift that right leg up. And then step it forward between the hands. And then windmill the arms up, come to your warrior 2. Finding that warrior 2 position right here. So heels in one line. Or maybe that front heel is in line with that back arch. Hips are under, abs are in, nice 90-degree angle with that front leg. And then flip that front hand, inhale, reverse your warrior. Just a nice lateral stretch here, stretch up and back. Coming back to your warrior 2, straighten that right leg, turn the toes in. Pigeon toe the feet, or keep them nice and parallel. Bring your hands to your hips, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold with a nice straight spine. And then you have some choices here. You can leave your hands on the floor, maybe walk them back between the legs. If you have a sturdy tripod headstand, you're more than welcome to go into that. I just remind you, be aware of your surroundings. If you want, You can grab your big toes with the peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, bend those elbows out to the side. And lengthen the upper body over the legs. If you'd rather grab behind your heels, you're more than welcome to do that also. So really, there's a difference between hyperextending the knees and just pushing the knees back, or actually keeping the weight in the balls of the feet, straightening the leg, and contracting the quadricep, which is the muscle above the knee. That will help release the hamstrings. Again, core, core, core. Keep the core engaged and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, contract your quads, pull the navel in, and lengthen. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, everybody pull one more time. Try and touch the crown of the head to the floor, right between the arches of the feet. And release. Arms out to the side, come up with a super straight spine. And then turn the right toes forward, bend that knee, come back to your warrior two. And then let's windmill our arms down, bringing both hands inside that left foot and coming into our gecko or dragon. So you can lower the back knee to the floor if you choose, or keep it up. If you're going into your dragon, you want to lower your right and left forearm down, gluing your right elbow just inside of that right heel. So your heel and two elbows are in a straight line. If you're on gecko, you're on your hand palms, and that right hand is inside of that right foot. So you have the hand, and the foot in a straight line across your mat. And then again, just letting the hips sink down to the floor. Breathing here. Try and keep a nice straight spine. Try and keep your left hip and quad to the floor. Make sure you're not rolling to one side. And really press the right arch into the floor. Holding this here. Sometimes I like to do a little bit more basic class and just have you hold and breathe. Are you guys ready for kickboxing on Thursday? It's only 20 minutes. You can do it. I don't know if I'm ready. And then slowly walk yourself up. Let's go right into a half pigeon. So go ahead and take that right foot and toe heel it over to the left side of the mat. And then lower that right leg down, keeping the hips square. You can always glance back at that left leg. Make sure it's not out to one side or the other. Keep that hip square and down. So let me just tell you this. So you want to keep your right foot flexed, protects that knee. If you're having a hard time with this and you're rolling onto the right hip, you just draw that foot a little closer back to your groin. Give your hips time to open. If this is easy, you want to keep bringing that foot forward. Eventually that shin will be parallel to the top of the mat. So wherever you're at is perfect. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, just extending forward over that shin. I'm definitely feeling that boot camp class. That hurt. It was a lot of squats. But good. It hurt in a good way. Just breathe here. You can maybe make this more active by walking the hands more forward, getting the elbows and wrists off the floor, straightening the arms, and maybe straightening the left leg so much the kneecap lifts off the floor, so it makes this a little bit more active. And then if you'd like, you can stay here, just in your normal half pigeon breathing. If you want to get a little bit more into your glutes, lift the body up, take your left hand and weave it underneath that right, coming onto the back of that shoulder. And maybe just walking the right fingertips forward, maybe you walk them over towards the left corner of the mat. Or maybe you take that right arm behind and you try to grab the toe of the foot that's bent. Like I said, my shoulder's a little injured. I can't quite grab the toe on this side. But then use the left shoulder and arm into the floor to rotate the chest. You're going to feel that a little bit more into that glute. Oh my, I feel that. We hold a lot of stress, unfortunately, in our hips. All the emotion kind of comes in. If we don't let that out, it just starts to settle down into our hips. So take your breath there and give it time to release. And slowly come back up, walk yourself up, and then tuck the back toes under and step back, just downward dog. Walk it out, right, left, right, left. And then inhale out to a high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And I somehow have to remember what I did on the other side, because nobody's here to tell me. I usually have the students that are very good about reminding me when I forget things. So go ahead and inhale, lift the left leg up. I'm going for it. I think I know what I did. And then step the foot between the hands. Drop that back heel and windmill the arms up into warrior two. If that's not what I did, just go with it. Doesn't matter, right? It's just yoga. Nobody's perfect. I find since I don't have to go to work, I'm not teaching like normal, I'm forgetting a lot more things, right? So bend that front leg, 90-degree angle, outer edge of that back foot pressing into the floor, hips are under, abs are in, arms are strong. Your drishti, where your eyes go, is right out that middle finger of that left hand. And breathe. Then inhale, reverse your warrior. Holding it here, keep bending that front knee. Release, come back into your warrior two, and then straighten the left leg, turn the toes in. Good. So again, pigeon toe the feet, or keep them nice and parallel. Let's interlace our hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale, forward fold. Look, I can talk to you guys now from a forward fold. You get to look at my booty as I look at you from a straddle position. Probably not very complimentary, but I don't care. And breathe here. Then let's go ahead and release our hands to the floor. Go ahead and walk your right hand over to that left ankle. And you can just bring that hand on that little back, a nice gentle twist. You can extend the arm up. You can maybe wrap it around the back and go for the inside of that right thigh. And then draw your chest and stomach closer towards that thigh. Rotate the upper body. Try to keep the hips nice and square. If the hand is bound, release it and come back. Beautiful. Let's just ragdoll here for a second. Grab opposite elbows. This always feels good. And then go ahead, release the elbows and take the left hand, walk it over to the outside of the right ankle. Good. And then you can bring that hand to the low back. You can extend that arm up, or maybe wrap it behind, go for the inside of that left thigh, and then draw your chest and stomach closer towards that left thigh, maybe lowering that, or towards the right thigh, maybe lowering that forearm and elbow towards the floor, and breathe. Trying to keep the hips in alignment. Inhale, and exhale and twist. One more breath. Inhale, exhale and twist. And release, coming back center. Arms out to the side, come up with a nice straight spine. Turn your left toes forward, lengthen your stance if you need, warrior two. And then release those hands down inside of that left foot for your dragon or gecko on the left. Lowering down to the forearms and elbows or staying up on the hand palms. Keeping the back knee up or down, your choice. But again, try and create a nice straight spine. When I looked up and the camera was off, I was like, oh crap. I don't even know how to turn this one back on. I had to run out and get Julie. So again, keeping that left foot flat. Breathe here. A lot of times I find people will say they don't do yoga because they're not flexible. But you have to remember, you're never going to get flexible if you don't do yoga. or you don't do some sort of stretching. Stretching is very, very important. So make sure, even if you're at home and you're doing weights and other sorts of training videos, make sure you're getting in some stretching. It will prevent injuries, you'll feel better, it'll cut a lot of your soreness in half. And really slowly come up. And then go ahead into our half pigeon. Take that left foot over towards the right side of the mat. The hips are square. Make sure that left knee is a little outside of that left hip joint. Maybe glance back at that leg. Make sure it's straight back. Inhale with the chest. And then exhale, extending forward over that shin. Again, taking a few breaths in just a relaxed position, if you can relax in this position. Maybe making it more active, lifting the back knee off, and then stretching the arms forward, lifting the elbows and wrists off. Whatever you want to do, you can stay right on your forearms. As long as you feel it, then you just take your breath there and stay and hold it. If ever a posture is sharp shooting pain, that's not good. You always want to back out of that. But if it's just tight, try and do your best to breathe into that tightness and hold it there. Then, if you did so on the other side, if you want to get more into the glutes, lift your body up, take that right arm, leave it underneath the left. And then maybe first you just walk the left hand forward, maybe take it over on a diagonal. And then if you can grab it on this side. You want to grab that big toe and then use the arm in the floor, press into the floor and just feel that a little bit more into that glute. Keep rotating the upper body. I definitely feel this. Does anyone else feel it? Don't come out of it, but hopefully you feel it. This is a really good one to do. I don't do this one as often. I should. I miss everyone a lot. My dogs are getting a lot of one-on-one time. They love that. Couple more breaths here. And really slowly unwind yourself if you're in that position. Bring the hands up, tuck the back toes under, step back, downward dog. Just walk it out, right, left, right, left. Take a big inhale, and exhale, sigh it out. And let's just lower our knees. Standing up on top of the knees, let's just go into a nice camel today. So I'm trying to remember everything Julie did. So let's just do a nice back bend. Bring your hands to your low back, fingertips down, draw the elbows towards each other. Your knees and feet are 6 inches apart. Inhale, lift the chest, drop the head back, and start to gently press your hips forward as you bend backwards. Start looking down the back. Well, I don't want to drop my head back because then it's harder to talk. So once your head is back and you feel comfortable there, if you see halfway down the back wall, then lower right hand to right heel, left hand to left heel. Your thumbs are on the outside. You have a full palm grip on the heels. Good. Head relaxes back. No tension in the face. Holding it here. Each inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, hips go forward. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, hips go forward. Hold it there for 3. Hopefully you're still in it for 2. And for 1. Bring your hands back onto your hips. Slowly come back up. Sit back on the heels. And just let those hand palms rest on the thighs, palms up. And breathe here. Back bends can often be very scary. Camel, you're opening your Anahata chakra, your heart center. Your Vishuddhi chakra, your throat center. Sometimes you come out of it, you can feel a little dizzy, a little crazy feeling. Very normal. Just notice the energy shifting around. And let's go ahead and do a fixed firm. Just stretch out those quads a little bit more. Bring the knees together to touch. Separate the feet slightly wider than hip width apart. And then gently lower those glutes down right in between your feet. So if the glutes are not touching the floor, or you have any sort of knee issues, I do, You can start to open the knees towards the edges of the mat until the glutes are down. Make sure you're on the tops of the feet, the toes are straight back. Then, if this feels comfortable and the glutes are down, hands to the soles of the feet, fingertips face forward. Slowly lower back one elbow and forearm, the other elbow and forearm, and then just relax the head back and then stay here for a second. Just notice how it feels. Are your knees still on the floor? If that still feels okay, bring the crown of the head to touch. Tuck the chin, back of the head comes down, and then your shoulders relax down. Does that still feel okay? Then you can bring the arms over the head, grabbing opposite elbows. Chin is down, look down your chest. Keep pressing the tops of the feet and the toes into the floor. Knees never come up. Maybe switching up that forearm, putting the other forearm on top. And just breathe here. Really good posture to save the knees. This posture helped me a lot throughout my dance career. I had a lot of knee injuries. So breathe, holding it here. And then release, bringing your hands back to your feet, using your elbows and forearms to press yourself back up. Bring your hands out in front of the knees, extend one leg back, move it around, extend the other leg back, move it around, and release. Let's go ahead and just bring our glutes down, and we'll just wrap this up. Legs out in front of you, let's just do a nice Paschimottanasana. Walk your hips back, left, right. Arms out in front of you, inhale, exhale, extend forward. Inhale, exhale, extend. And then grab the outer edge of the feet, or maybe plant those palms against the back of the toes. Inhale, lengthen, straight spine, abs in. Exhale, pull. Bend the elbows out to the side and lengthen. Another breath. Inhale, exhale, and pull. One more breath. Inhale, exhale, pull. One more time. And release. Slowly come up. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Paschimottanasana, cobbler's pose. Inhale, lengthen, nice straight spine. And then exhale, extending forward. Maybe using those elbows inside of that thighs. Maybe keeping a straight spine for a few breaths, holding this here. Again, always engaging the core and connecting to the breath. Once you take a few breaths with a straight spine, if you want to make this more passive, you can tuck the chin and bring your forehead to touch your toes. I really like the pants I wore today. They're called butterfly kisses. I love butterfly kisses. Keep breathing here. And release. Slowly come up. Stretch the legs out in front of you. Engage your core. Arms out and slowly roll all the way down. And then draw the knees up and open up to a nice happy baby. So maybe grabbing the outer edge of the feet, the big toes, whatever feels good. So I gave you guys a kind of more simple class today. At least I thought it was. I'm not really sure, but let us know. If you're here and you're happy baby and you want to open up to a nice straddle, go ahead and do so. Lengthening the tailbone closer to the floor. And then wherever you're at, bring the knees into the chest. Release the arms to the side, palms down, finishing it up with a nice supine twist, knees together, and let both knees fall to the right side. Keeping the shoulders grounded. Look to the left. And then bring the head back center. Use your core. Bring the knees through center and drop them to the other side. Looking to the right. And then bring the head back center. Bring the knees back up. Grab over the shins. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Take one big inhale here. Inhale. On the exhale, sigh it out, releasing the legs, releasing the arms, and take your nice Shavasana. You deserved it. I'm going to leave you here in Shavasana today. Stay as long as you choose. Focus on your breath, close your eyes, and find stillness. Keep your mind calm, and thank you all for joining me. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Namaste.